Hello friends, how are you all? I hope you all are doing great. So we are now going to discuss our seventh poverty alleviation program by India. Okay, this is the last one. Direct benefit transfer. Okay. So with the aim of reforming government delivery system, okay, delivery system by re-engineering the existing process in welfare scheme for simpler and faster flow of information or funds to ensure accurate targeting of the beneficiaries, deduplication and reduction of the fraud direct benefit transfers. Okay, and it was started on 1 Jan 2013. Okay, so basically it was his whole plan was to execute all the program smoothly and see that there is no fraud going on in any of the program. Okay, so it was for the smooth structure for all the poverty alleviation program. Now we will discuss about the categories of the scheme covered under this DBT, direct benefit transfer. So the scope of DBT includes all welfare and subsidy schemes operated by all the ministries of India directly or through implementing agencies. Okay, which involving cash or kind benefit transfer to the individual. So according to the scope of DBT covers the following scheme which I will be just telling you. So what was the first scheme? First scheme was cash transfer. So it was the cash transfer to the individual beneficiary. This category include schemes or components of scheme wherein cash benefits are transferred by government to individual beneficiaries. For example, if I give, there is Manrega and Pehel. Pehel was also one scheme run by the government, okay, which give the LPG subsidy. Okay, so this transfer of cash benefit from the ministry to beneficiary happen through the different routes. And so what are the routes now? It can be either through state treasury account to beneficiary, or through any implementing agency as appointed, or center state government directly to the beneficiary. Okay. Second is in kind. So this category includes schemes or component of scheme wherein kind benefits are given by the government to the individual through an intermediate agencies. Kind benefits are those which are not in cash. Other than cash, all benefits are known as kind. Typically, government or its agent incur expenditure internally to produce good for public distribution and make services available for targeted beneficiaries. Individual beneficiaries receive these goods and services for free or at some very minimum subsidized rate. And if I give you the example, there is public distribution system which we have discussed earlier also. So now we are going to study about key enabler for DBT. So the success of an ambitious and a highly desirable initiative like DBT depend on the set of few critical factors. For a heterogeneous and a large country like India, it becomes imperative that these critical success factors are ensured to achieve smooth rollout of a program like DBT. The key success factor or enabler for an efficacious implementation of DBT would include some factors. Okay, so what are these factors? So let's study the factors of this DBT for its efficient implementation. Okay, so for the efficient implementation there was a key enablers. Okay, so first factor was JAM Trinity. So DBT was leveraged by JAM. Now what is JAM? JAM is Jandhan, Aadhaar and Mobiles Trinity, and the technological powers offers to drastically improve the benefit delivery system in the country. The JAM Trinity will enable this novel system to transfer benefit in a leakage-proof, well-targeted, cashless and timely manner. Second is business correspondence correspondent infrastructure or BCs. So RBI introduced business correspondents as an alternative to brick and mortar banks for infrastructure. BC is currently authorized to offer services such as cash transaction where the bank does not have a branch. Okay, so this business correspondent had a vital role in operationalizing the program and ensuring that the last mile of connectivity. Okay, and the strong presence of BCs will ensure that the payment are disbursed to the beneficiary on time at their doorstep and of full value. Okay, the third one is payments bank. So a payment bank is like any other bank but operating on a smaller scale without involving any credit risk. It can carry out most of the banking operation and enable transfers and remittances through a mobile phone but cannot advance loans or issue credit cards. Okay, so it does not have the facility to advance loan or issue credit card. These are basically for the transfers in those areas which there is in which there is no bank. Okay, so the main objective of payment bank is to widen the spread of payment and financial services to the small businesses, low income household, migrant level workforce, etc. in a secure, technologically driven environment across the country. Okay, and the last part is mobile money. So mobile money is a fast moving way of payment in a country and could be helpful in providing solution to last mile issue for better accessibility of DBT. So there is a need to develop a comprehensive ecosystem for carrying out cashless transaction over mobile platform using Aadhaar as their identifier. Okay, as you can also see now, Bheem is one of such app. Okay, this will revolutionize the drive for financial inclusion. Okay, so all the poverty alleviation programs is now finished. Okay, and in the next class we will see that how we can actually make them more effective. Okay, because we started from here only, where okay, making anti-poverty program more effective, but we had to first anti-poverty program first to before learning about that how to make them more effective. Okay, so in the next class we will discuss about how can we make them more effective. So thank you guys for watching. Bye.